It's not getting turned on, is it? I don't know why it doesn't work. This remote doesn't work. Let me see. I'll check whether it has batteries. It does. Hmm, strange. I think this doesn't work. I think it's broken. I brought this remote, turn on the TV, but it doesn't work. I don't know. I feel that this remote is just like our mind. Why am I saying that? I'll tell you why. So imagine that this is a box, a cardboard box with all these numbers written. Then when you press this, nothing happens to your TV. It doesn't change the channels. It doesn't turn the TV on. So then you're thinking that this is a remote. What does that do? Is it useful to think like that? It is not. But when you think like that, you tend to control your TV using a cardboard box, which will make you feel frustrated, which will make you feel angry. Some people would just throw it away and just become really disappointed because this is broken and this is not remote control. This is a cardboard box. So, the same way, don't you have those instances where you feel that you're in control? Don't we like that feeling of being in control? Have you had this instance where you want others to be impressed about you? You want others to feel happy about you, satisfied about you. Whatever that they think matters to you in your relationships, maybe. You have this feeling, don't you? Because I know I love that feeling when I was living your life. Been there, done that. So in those moments, I really like that feeling that everyone feel happy about me and I wanted that validation from the others. If you think that I'm a really good friend, then I'm happy. If you think that I'm a good mother, if my son thinks that I'm a good mother, I'm happy. If my husband thinks that I'm a good wife, then I'm more than happy. I'm overjoyed. If my boyfriend thought that I am a good girlfriend, then of course I'm happy. I wanted that feeling, so we do things. Don't you think that in those moments we seek validation, we want the acknowledgement, we want others to be impressed about us? Because in those moments we think that we are in control. And we try to change the moods of the others using this remote control. But when we find out that this is broken, that we are not in control, even when we think that it's mine forever, the next day it's gone, it's broken, we lost it. The feeling that you get that you can't control anything. Then the frustration that we feel, the anger, it's a waste of time, it's a waste of effort and waste of human life. Don't you think? So, we sometimes believe that we are in control of other people's thoughts. What other people think, we can control. We just have to press these buttons and it'll happen. They'll think what I want them to think. Think about an argument. You want to win the argument. You want them to understand me. You want them to understand my viewpoint. You want them to acknowledge my opinion. You want them to accept my opinion as a good one. But if they reject it, what if they don't agree with you? and you feel sad, you feel annoyed. It irritates you, isn't it? Why? Because we expect that we are in control of their thoughts, of what others think about in this situation. That ignites the frustration. Everything that we own, ladies and gentlemen, my dear friends, everything that we own, just like that, everything. We like the ownership. We like the word ownership. We like to own things, don't we? To possess, to to keep it close to our heart, saying that it's mine forever. We love that feeling. I remember I love that feeling. What are things that you own? Tell me a few things that you own. What are things that you own normally? A car, a big house. You have a job, you own a job, right? And then what about your educational qualifications? Like a degree? And what about your children? Don't you feel that you own them? You're the mother, you're the father, so then what about children? What about your parents? What about your appearance, your beauty? What about your skills, your ability to talk, your ability to listen, your ability to perform well? Maybe in your office you perform well under stress, so that you own. So there are so many things in life that we own, don't we? Because we think we like ownership. We really like ownership. So let's go down the memory lane for a moment. Think about the last time that you felt ownership, that you felt that you want it. The moment that you felt it's mine, I want it to be mine forever. I want that. I want to become the owner of that. I know that it is just a feeling in your mind, a subconscious feeling. You might not feel the same exact wordings as I want to become the owner, but you know what I mean, right? You know what I mean, right? Imagine the think about the last time that you felt this, that I want it to be mine, a dress, maybe a dish, maybe a house. I want that to be mine. You went for a housewarming party, or maybe you went to visit one of your friends and you saw this house and you really liked it. At that very moment, do you feel happy? The feeling of ownership. Did you feel happy? You want that to be yours. So then you feel this frustration within you and you want to own it and you do things. That small bit of frustration that you have bubbling up within you, you try different stuff to become the owner. Why? Because you feel that you will get rid of, that you can get rid of the specific sting, this sting of disappointment if you own it. Yes, I want to ask you a question. Did it? Imagine the moment that you owned it. Did you actually feel relieved? The very moment that you got the keys to your house. Do you think that is the real happiness? Didn't you feel that fear? Don't you want to dive into that feeling? Dig deeper, a little bit more deeper. And that is an uncharted territory, I understand that, because I don't think that we wait and that we give ourselves room to explore these feelings. I know that. But I want you to try that. Dig deeper into these feelings. The moment that you own it, do you feel happy? Ask yourself this question. Isn't there a fear of losing it now? Because now you are the owner? You have to keep it, you have to maintain it, you have to keep it the way that you want because you think you are in control. You think that you will be the owner forever and ever. So, but the thing is, It won't be yours forever. You have this feeling that it won't, so then you have to maintain it, you have to do stuff to keep it with you, and have to protect it. The fear is bubbling up, but you can't feel it because it's a chasm of uncharted territory. It's a huge chasm that you have to dig deep into that, and now you experience that sting of fear inside that feeling. Before you own what was there, the wanting to own it. And after you own it, after you become the owner, there's another feeling which is called the fear. So don't we live with these two feelings all the time, the grief and the fear? Why? Because we believe that we are in control. Just like how I used. So who is in control then? Are you? Isn't that why you feel frustrated? Isn't that why you feel fear? Isn't that why you feel anticipation? I'll tell you who is in control. It is the causes. The causes are in control. What does that mean? Okay, let's take this remote for an instance. So it's made out of rubber and plastic. But what are the causes for this to manifest like this? If I remove this part, this, and there are two batteries inside, two batteries, and then so there's a back cover like this, and then it can be taken out as a circuit. So there's a certain circuit here, and then we have this rubber keys here, and then we have this front cover. So all these things that got together, the circuit, back cover, two batteries, and another cover, and these things, all these things got together to make this remote. So then if something happened to these keys, then of course it won't work, and it won't control your TV. If something happened to this circuit, if there is some water here, then it won't work because something happened to the circuit. So circuit is in control, yes. What about these batteries? If these batteries are dead, cannot be used anymore, then of course it won't control your TV. What about this? If this got broken and maybe something happened to this, got burned, so in such situation also, it won't control your TV. So what is actually in control are these causes. This, these, or maybe this. But what about my own will? My wanting to control the TV. I want to control the TV so badly. I want to watch the cricket match today. Oh, I wish I want to watch it. I want to watch the final match. Does it really matter? Because that is not a cause, underlying cause that created, that contributed to the remote. So then, having such a thought that I am in control, I can control the TV using this remote, what is the meaning of that? Didn't it create a frustration within you? Nothing more, only the frustration. That false thought, that ignorance, not knowing the reality about this remote, made this frustration and anger within you. If you really understood what made this remote, these parts made the remote, and if something's in control, then those are the causes. Not my will, not what I want, not me. I am not in control. These causes are in control. If I knew that truth, then I definitely won't feel angry when this cannot control the TV. Why? Because I'm aware that these causes have contributed. Only the causes, not my wanting. But when we don't know this, we are completely ignorant. We think that we are in control of everything that happens in this world. This is just one example, ladies and gentlemen. Think about the one example that I mentioned earlier. You think that other people should accept you as who you are. Why would you think that? Because you think you're in control. When you understand that causes are in control, not me, you let it go. You let it go. You feel happy and relaxed in any environment, any circumstances, because it's the causes that are in control, not me. By understanding this truth, you can get rid of anger. You can get rid of the frustration, the pain, the sorrow, the grief. Not only that, the fear. Imagine now I like this remote so much, so I want this remote to be mine and mine forever. I want to change the channels and I want to watch the TV the way that I want, so it's mine forever. Why did you own something that is not in your control? Ownership. The ownership, what did ownership give you? Happiness? You became the owner of something that you cannot control. Wow, what a what a gamble that is. That you became the owner of something that you're not in control. But you know really well if something happened to this, then you'll be sad. So you have to protect it. You have the fear of losing it. You got the package. Because you own something that you are not in control, you got a huge package of things that will burden you in the future. But you didn't care about it because you were covered with pleasure, the happiness that you call, that you really like, the happiness or this pleasure, the fake happiness. So that was okay. I think it's time that we rethink about this ownership trap. Becoming owner made you feel vulnerable because now you think you are in control, but you're not, but you owned it and you can't live without it. It's not about remote control, ladies and gentlemen. This is about everything in your life. Your child, your partner, your loved ones, your job, your car, your house, everything that you own. Think about this. And the only way to get rid of this is understanding the true reality of everything that you own. Everything. Understand that it's nature, the true nature. That you are not in control, but causes are in control. So then one day, you'll be free from all this anger and frustration. You won't feel it anymore, and you'll be free. You can say bye bye to ownership and subscribe to usership. That doesn't mean that I won't use this remote to turn on the TV. I'll still use it, but happily. I'll still be with my friends and my family. I'll still use my car to go somewhere. I'll still live in a house, but without the agony, without the anger, without those feelings that frustrate you. So let's say bye bye to ownership and subscribe to usership.